Apple Vision Pro is releasing in less than 30 days, and Apple just confirmed the final features, specs, and pricing for this device. So in this video, I want to go over all of that, as Apple's confirmed a number of things that we did not know up until today. And I want to start off with the final pricing. So at its base, Apple Vision Pro starts at $3,499, and we just learned moments ago that it is going to start with just 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is insane considering the price. I mean, Apple sells a $999 MacBook Air that will ship with the same internal storage as their all-new Vision Pro headset at $3,499. That being said, Apple has talked about what will actually be included in the box, and they have thrown in a number of things for $34.99, the total price that we didn't think would be included. Starting off with an entirely new dual loop headband that essentially looks like if you combined a number of the Apple Watch Ultra trail loops together to make something that looks pretty comfortable, rather than a single fabric band that wraps around the back of your head like we saw in the initial unveil. This is a new option that sort of splits to two different points on your head and has a top strap so it feels more comfortable. And hearing that the weight of the device, around a pound, it does feel pretty heavy after a while, it looks like Apple has included this to hopefully alleviate any of the discomfort that you would get after wearing this for a couple of hours. Following that, Apple has confirmed that they will be including a case of sorts for Vision Pro in the box, and it's actually more of a front cover just for that crazy unified piece of glass that looks pretty fragile. And we've actually seen what this front cover looks like through a number of patent leaks, so while Apple has not shown us the official imagery, this is 100% what it looks like because these are the patents that they've filed for this product. Funny enough, Apple is also including a free polishing cloth in the box, so this $19 product seems like it will be shipping with all of the other accessories. And then Apple's included a couple of options for the light seal. This is the part of the product that sits in front of you that's made out of foam that blocks out all of the light in your surroundings so you actually feel properly immersed in VR and AR. While there's just going to be the one standard light seal, there are two different light seal cushions so you can get the right size depending on the size of your face so it fits just right. And then finally, we have gotten a new image of the battery. This is of course included. More on the battery life momentarily. We have some good news there. And then Apple's also including the USB-C power adapter and a USB-C charging cable for your Vision Pro battery. So it's sounding like it's going to be a pretty large box for Apple Vision Pro. We haven't seen the final packaging just yet. I have a feeling Apple's going to do something relatively special, but all of this in one package, they are throwing in quite a bit out of the gate that is included for free. Which is cool. Okay, next up, Apple has confirmed some new details about battery life, which was by far one of the biggest letdowns when we first saw this device announced. It was going to be 2 hours on a single magic battery, this metal cased one that is specially made for Vision Pro. Well, good news, because Apple has confirmed that while in general the battery life of 2 hours, they are remaining consistent there. If you are specifically doing video playback, they have confirmed that Vision Pro will now get up to 2.5 hours of battery life on a single charge, which is definitely not a huge improvement, but does guarantee that almost any movie you watch, you will be able to get all the way through on a plane without having to plug in. But it sounds like if you're doing pretty much anything more intensive, as in working, playing other games, it could be 2 hours or less. So it'll be really interesting to test it. But at least we have some good news that the battery life is not at least worse than what Apple initially promised. Moving on from that, if you are like me, you wear glasses either sometimes or all the time, and you need to buy lenses for Vision Pro, Apple has confirmed the pricing on these. According to their press release, it will be $99 for just general reader lenses. These are like ones you can buy at the store in a generic prescription. Or for the more premium Zeiss-made lenses with custom prescriptions, those are $149 for a pair of lenses. Which honestly is not as bad as I had worried about, considering I know how much these lenses for these glasses on my face cost, but it's still, it's a little bit extra you gotta pay if you want the best experience as a glasses user. And from what we understand, you won't actually be able to just walk into an Apple store and pick up lenses. It sounds like they must be custom ordered online, and this will happen alongside pre-orders that start on Friday, January 19th at 5 a.m. PST. So I guess have your prescription ready so that you can make sure you get your lenses on day one when this launches on the 2nd of February. And by the way, if you're just curious about trying this product, Apple's also told us when you'll be able to walk into an Apple store and experience Vision Pro. Apple's website says that starting at 8 a.m. on February 2nd, that is when time slots will open for you to go into an Apple store and actually mess around with Vision Pro in person, which sounds incredibly cool. We've heard that they are working really hard on these appointments to make them feel special. But unlike previous rumors, you don't need to go into an Apple store to buy one of these. Like, pre-orders to your door can happen all online. And again, those pre-orders start on January 19th. And rounding out the new information that Apple has given us, a big question is, what are you going to be able to do with your Vision Pro headset? The first thing that Apple has been pushing a ton is the 3D spatial videos, which you'll be able to not only shoot on your Vision Pro, but also your iPhone, and then watch them back and feel as if you are actually reliving this memory once again. And based on what we've been hearing from people that have gone hands-on with the spatial video, it's actually super compelling and seems to be the killer feature of this headset. But Apple has also confirmed that there will be over 150 3D movies and TV shows also available at launch. And while we haven't seen the names of exactly what will be available in 3 dimensions, it sounds like the library will actually be pretty significant right off the bat. In a new video Apple has posted, they show off the App Store, and we get a look at some of the apps that seem like they'll be available on day one, made specifically for the headset. It looks like we've got some productivity apps, things like Word and Excel from Microsoft, and Zoom for video conferencing. There's some new games like Game Room and Super Fruit Ninja, and even the ability to explore things like an F1 car using the headset. Now, this is just a small selection of new apps made specifically for Vision Pro, but Apple's been talking about the million-plus apps available on day one. Just keep in mind that a lot of these will be made for the iPad and the iPhone, and they'll essentially just be ports on the Vision Pro. And all of these, they sound really interesting. I just don't know why Apple hasn't showed them off. I want to see what it looks like. Before we get this, they've been very quiet with almost no new imagery except just a couple of things since the initial announcement back in June. I want to see what these apps look like, and for some reason they've been very, very conservative on the experiences that they're showing so far. I also have questions about things like this on Apple's Vision Pro site, where they say that they've custom recorded a number of 3D videos that you can experience. Like, it shows some woman walking on a tightrope over a canyon, and that Apple's just filmed a bunch of stuff like this. And once again, we don't know much about it. The marketing has been really weird. Even in Apple's new ad, it's very reminiscent of the original iPhone ad for the iPhone OG, and they don't really show what it is. They just show the home screen at the end. I mean, I'm curious. I'm intrigued, but this is one of the weirder product launches I've ever experienced. And for something that seemingly is this important, they're definitely going about it in a way I haven't really seen Apple act before. Anyway, that is everything we know about Vision Pro. Again, this is coming out on February 2nd. I am going to do everything in my power to get one of these, and I can't wait to experience it and experience it with all of you. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Sam. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.